Hey dude, and hello my love. As I mentioned to you guys in my last video, I love to hear a meaningful quote that is simple yet makes a big statement. One of my favorites that I've come across is this from Mark Twain, who said, "The man who does not read is no better off than the man who can't read." Imagine what one would think of a man that couldn't read. We would pity him, or worse. Now imagine a man that can read but doesn't. The meaning of this quote is that the man who can read yet does not has no advantage over the man who can't read. I would argue that the man who can read yet chooses not to is a bigger fool than the man who isn't capable of reading. There is much knowledge to be gained from books. The most important book of all is the Holy Bible. You need to read this daily. It is God's inspired word to all of humanity. The author of your life and creator of the universe put his thoughts and promises down on paper for you and for me. Therefore, we need to read it. We need to gain the knowledge that is written in there so that we can know how to live. Imagine having an instruction manual to life, yet deciding not to even peruse the information therein. This brings us to our second quote by Thomas Jefferson. He said that the studious perusal of the sacred volume will produce better citizens, better husbands, and better fathers. Read it, study it, learn of its contents. You will be better men and women for it. In addition to God's word, you should also regularly read books that will enhance your gifts, talents, and abilities. Right now, this will mostly consist of your grade school curriculum, but as you continue to grow, you will need to supplement your education with additional extracurricular books. Books on being a leader, being a husband, being a wife, being a parent. There is so much knowledge and experience to be gained from those that have walked this earth before us. It would be a shame to spend our lives experimenting without any insight from those that are older and wiser than us. Reading can also be fun and exciting and doesn't have to directly correlate to our personal growth. This brings me to our third quote of the day. This one was sent to me by your Uncle Vince because he knows that I love reading. George Martin said, "The man who reads lives 1,000 lives, while the man who never reads lives only one." You can enjoy the thoughts, creativity, and imagination of a multitude of men and women that have put them down on paper. Books can do things that movies and TV shows simply can't do. This will enhance your life, your thoughts, your creativity, and will expand your knowledge of things and strengthen your vocabulary as well. But it also brings me to an important lesson that I learned when I was just a little bit older than you. You guys know that I love football. I played it for years and coached it for years more. Well, when I was in upper elementary school, I asked my mom to sign me up for a local football camp. The opening session of the camp was a skills test, measuring our agility and straight line speed, testing us in cone agility drills and the 40-yard dash. Your Tata wasn't always around when I was a kid, so I was there at the camp by myself. And as I was warming up, moving across the field, I was observing all of the other boys there with their dads, many of which were receiving last-minute encouragement or coaching tips from their fathers. Things like, don't stop before the finish line, make sure you run all the way through it, and don't slow down before you get there. I remember trying to walk close enough to the other boys and their dads so that I can hear what they were saying, so that I could pull from their insights as well. What I realized is that I almost had the advantage because I was receiving coaching tips from all of the boys' dads, while each individual boy was only receiving insight from his father. What I realize now is that reading accomplishes this very same thing. Reading books allows you to gain knowledge and experience from everybody's dad, everybody's big brother, and everybody's teacher, while the man who doesn't read only gains insight from his own personal life experience and has to make his own mistakes. So read God's word, meditate on it day and night. Read books that will sharpen you as a man and as a woman, because the truth is, the man who doesn't read is no better off than the man who can.